What is up, guys? Logan here with another video today, and I want to take this time to thank you guys for all the support, as the last couple of weeks have just been crazy for the YouTube. We also have the Discords below, so make sure you go check those links out and everything like that. So I'm just super excited to get into another video with you guys, and we're looking at the puts today. So this is going to be a different type of video, and you might say, Logan, your clothes are changing throughout the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys through the spreads through the week. So I entered these on Monday, which was yesterday. This is the DIA one we're currently looking at, and we'll get into the SPY one as well that I'm currently in, so you guys can kind of see what I look at live and get a better feeling, because I got an awesome comment from one of my viewers named Alex, and he said, hey, could you go through kind of what your spreads look like through the week and how you manage them and how much you watch them and stuff like that? Because he's like, I feel like I'm doing everything right, but I want to see what you do and kind of how your mindset is to it, you know, so that you're watching it enough but also not looking at your phone all day, because the point of credit spreads, right, is passive income, which is where you aren't actively trading or actively doing something. That's the cool thing, and just a great way to monitor it as well. I'll hop into that. So I appreciate all the support. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video and check the links in the description and hit that subscribe button, because we are almost at 4,000 if we're not there already by the time I upload this. Thank you guys so much, and let's get right into this one. So today is Tuesday, and this is what's really cool is we entered the spreads yesterday. The theta decay really doesn't start to kick in on your contracts until about Wednesday, to where it's more aggressive because you're closer to expiration. Now, yes, there's still theta decay on these contracts. If I go to the 299 put, right here, like if we scroll down to the Greeks, yes, we still have the minus 0.18 on it, but you'll see as the theta increases throughout the week and the delta usually decreases if the share price doesn't move down right closer to the strike price, because we're so far out of the money currently on this. So let's talk about DIA. So this spread right now is one where I potentially make $118 on it by Friday if we expire at 100%, to where my average credit was 9, and it's been pretty steady, right? So I paid 9 yesterday for it. It's gotten down, it's hovered between 7 and 6, but it has popped a little bit right here and kind of goes in between 8 and 7 right now. But since it's so early in the week, mainly what I'm looking for is just these prices, right, on the options, like the 299, 297. I like to look and see what that credit is, right, because you want to get closer to 0 by the end of the week so that these can expire worthless and expire out of the money, or become worthless and you could always close them beforehand so that you don't run the chance of being assigned. So this is what's really cool is I'll watch these and just say, hey, even though, you know, maybe this price has spiked, if these contracts are still going down by the day, you know, it's down 13%, which inevitably means, you know, that the other one is down about 13%, right? So we have the 299 and, like I said, the 297. So that one's down 13, the other one's down about 12. So they're both losing value, which is the goal. Even though the spread hasn't really changed, right? Because that width is still really similar. As we get closer to expiration, the spread will become smaller and smaller, as long as the share price stays above or also doesn't continue to drop if it does start to drop. But DIA currently, as you guys can see, is 309.98, which I have that down at the bottom right here. So what I do for DIA is, for my risk management, I look at the percent that it's moved. So let's hop straight over to the fund right now. So what I look for, especially on Tuesdays, is just what is the range that we're trading in today. So today's low was 309.61, and then the high was at 1110 at 310.99. So that's a pretty solid, I mean, a $1.50 movement. And then we're back down to 309.98, 310, as you guys just saw change. And we opened today about 310.49 in the pre-market. For the looks of today, it's a very sideways day from DIA, down 0.05%, which isn't that big of a deal. Now, if we do start to become in the territory of, if at the end of the day this is down maybe 0.5% or almost a full percent, that's where I start to monitor it closely and say, okay, we really gotta watch the futures going into Wednesday, because this is when you'll start to notice theta decay really taking over. So that's the really nice thing about trading these credit spreads, is Monday and Tuesday are like the 2 days where you can be a little nervous, you know, maybe your stomach's churning because you bought too early and you see it dipping. So that's the one thing too that I wanted to touch on right out of the gate, is this is kind of how I monitor it. I just see what the low and the high is. I kind of pick the direction. I see where we're at and I tell myself, okay, I'm gonna check this every 2 hours, because 2 hours, right, on your phone, not too crazy, right? Just checking this every 2 hours instead of, every 5 minutes, because you're in a spread, like, oh no, it could go up or down, because you have theta decay on your side, and by expiration, I just have to keep this above 299, which is currently $11 of runway on this ETF. And if you look at the last month, we got down to 300 on the 22nd. And specifically this week too, my buying power, I went in with about 85% of what I normally do. So I usually go in with 10K. This week I went in with about 8,500 in collateral. And this is a 4.5% spread. And the reason I went in with less this week is just because of how much we gapped up this last week in general, where these funds just ran. So I expect more sideways movement throughout the week, but if we did become, net negative on the week, where we opened at 310 and maybe closed the week at 306, 303 or whatever, I wanted that protection, because we've seen multiple times where the market does run up and then will come right back down. So I wanted to give myself still a good run room, but also if we are net negative on the week in the market, that I still have a pretty solid chance at making money. And it's not like I was gonna just sit the week out, right? There's still a lot of cool stuff that's going on in the market. So why not take the opportunity? But also, I'm gonna protect myself a little bit just for capital preservation. So that's my DIA. Now let's hop into SPY. So this is my SPY spread that I entered for the week, and currently sitting at 9. They're the 363, 360 puts, and I grabbed these for an average credit of 10. I have 17 contracts, 363 put, 360, so that's $300 in collateral for the $3 spread. We still currently have about $15.50 of runway on SPY, which is great. I'll take that any day of the week, especially on a Tuesday. Nothing too crazy has happened today on them, so we'll check their chart in a bit. Like I said, I hop in, look at how the puts are doing. They're down 26% on the 363. We're also down 30% on the 360 put. So that's what we want, right? We want these to lose value. So even though the spread value, the credit, hasn't moved, right? But these have still lost value every day so far, from where they opened yesterday to where they opened today, because by Friday we want them to expire or get close to becoming worthless. So that's how we make our money, but I'll make 170 this week off of that, which brings my spread total to about 288 this week. And I shot for a little less on the spreads this week for safety reasons, because of the gap up. Like I said, when I entered SPY, we had a 92% chance of profit instead of 88%, which is normally what I take to get those 5 to 6 to 7% returns, is about 88% chance of profit when I enter. So yeah, that's my spreads right now. I was trying to get more to fill, some didn't, but I might fill more closer to close depending on what SPY is looking at, because right now we're back to 12 even, just chilling. So it did get all the way down to 6. It's back to 12, and we'll just see and we'll monitor. So let's hop over to the SPY chart right now. So this is Tuesday, like I said, it's 377.92 right now. This is the low for the day on SPY. I'm not worried, right? I still even have $8 of runway basically from here to be at 370, which is where I'll start to monitor it maybe a little more. But if we look right here, we were up 0.26% on SPY today at 379.69, and then in an hour we have dropped about 1.5 points from that position. So we're going to continue to monitor this, see how it's going, but down 0.1, down 0.2, up 0.1, up 0.2 is a pretty standard day for an ETF, as the VIX right now is hanging out at about 2370. So as long as the VIX stays under 25, I won't be very much alarmed with this week. We'll just have to monitor that, of course. And like I said, I check these about every 2 hours on the charts, because it is supposed to be passive. I don't have to worry about actively trading spreads, which, I mean, I could, right? If we look at the spread earlier, right, it said 6 cents. Like, I could have closed it there and received about 40% of the credit for the week, but plan on holding these through the week and then receiving my full credit. I did a swing trade on Palantir yesterday and made 20 bucks. So I've been looking for more swing opportunities. Skizzy also had a really great call out with GM today. There's a lot of power plays that we've been working with. The spreads, I just was like, you know what, I'll set them on the back burner this week instead of as like my forefront, even though it's still my main focus, just because of how much we gapped up last week, specifically on the 6th. What's up, guys? It's Wednesday now, so let's look at these spreads. This is DIA. Let's do the little update. It's hopping between 3 and 4 cents right now, or $3 and $4, right? It's options, but we're up 20% today on the max profit of the spread. You can see that these puts have dropped another 25% overnight on both of them, which is a great sign. The market's choppy right now and has been all day. You know, we got a lot of news going on. There's some political stuff and then also inflation as well. So right now we're hopping between 3 and 4 on DIA. And this is just my little update for you guys that I wanted to let you guys know. Now let's hop over to SPY really quickly. So SPY is down to 2 cents now, or $2 between the spreads. It's $3 spread from 363 to 360. So right now we're looking at a 66.67% return today on it. So we got 68 out of it, and we're at 136 all time. And we are sitting here hopping between 2 and 3 cents on the spread, or $2 and $3. As you can see down here, put is down 45% today, and this one's down 37%, and SPY is pretty much opened where we closed yesterday. The market's been really rocky and just going back and forth. Of course, there's always stocks that outperform, but I'm pretty happy. I mean, we have 80% of our max profit with $34 to go by Friday. So I'm pretty content here. I'm gonna keep an eye on the VIX. The VIX was at 23 last time I checked, about 30 minutes ago. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that as well. But I'm feeling pretty good about these spreads, and that's the nice thing. And this week's a little bit smaller credit than I normally go for, but I also went in with less collateral than I normally go in with, just because this week I knew it was gonna be shaky as we're leading into a lot of events going on in the world, and we were coming off of last week's rockiness. So entering the way I did, getting the credit and the runway that I got, I'm still very happy with that. But I just wanted to update you guys as today's Wednesday. So right now, for risk management purposes as well, you know, I'm basically watching my runway. I'm watching the VIX too, you know, just in case it pops. And I'm also just watching how these contracts are moving, right? Down 45%, that is what we want for these. We want these to become worthless, like I stated before, and even on this one as well. So we're looking at that right now. And then this little spread is right now at 80%, up 136 bucks with 34 more dollars to go, so I can make 180 off this one and 118 off the DIA one. Today is Friday. I skipped the Thursday recording. So here's Friday, where it's 2:20 p.m. right now. DIA is sitting at 100% with both of these contracts essentially worthless now. So we're rocking 118 on DIA today with about $10 of runway from my sell strike. So I am comfortable with my position right now. So we're looking at 118 off DIA this week. Now let's hop over to SPY really quickly. So SPY right now is sitting at about a penny, because one's worth 2 pennies and the other one's worth basically worthless, right? Just worth 1. So that's right now sitting at 1, which has been pretty much worthless throughout the day. SPY's at 376, my put's at 363, and my buy is 360. So the sell one was 363, the buy was 360. So we're rocking 153 right now, and another $17 to come from that. Now I'm comfortable holding into expiration today as of right now, and I will monitor it closer to close. With these solid amounts of runway going into close, I wouldn't really expect the ETF to go crazy or absolutely haywire after hours. I'm very comfortable holding this into after hours as of now and allowing it to expire. Let's throw another 50 out of that profit into Apple, because why not? It's beaten down a little bit on the day. The earnings are coming up soon. So let's go to buy. We'll add $50 here. So this will purchase 0.39 shares. So I'm gonna swipe that up at the market value, because I'm not too worried about what it fills at. I'm just playing with the profits. This is also a dividend stock. It's a dividend growth stock. If we scroll down, look at my position, I'm up 131%. Now I have 18.5 shares. It's gonna be everything for me this week, guys. I hope you like this video where I walk you guys through and show you how my risk management is through the week and kind of what I look for. And then when I get my profit, buying some shares. So I hope this helped you guys out, but make sure you leave a like on this video, as I'm donating half this ad revenue, just like how I did with the Children's Hospital from last month when I sent that payment right before Christmas for them. Just a little donation for me to help out from everything that I get to do. I love to just give back because I'm in a super awesome position to be able to do that. So I really appreciate you guys for that, for leaving a like, liking the comments, leaving a comment, subscribing on the video, watching it all the way till now. Will help YouTube push this to other people to see it as well, so that they can do the same, so then we can keep using this platform to continue to donate some of the funds, and I just really appreciate it. So thank you guys. You're doing more than you guys even realize. But that's gonna be everything for me today. Make sure you check out the links in the description like I stated before. Got my music down there and a lot of other things. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you in the Discord next week.